All right, let's just jump right in. That title, Stop Caring. I know, it sounds a little intense, doesn't it? But stick with me here. What if it's not about being cold or indifferent? What if it's really about learning what to care about? And maybe even more importantly, what to just let go of?
Just think about that for a second. All the daily frustrations, the big anxieties, that feeling of being totally overwhelmed. What if the playbook for dealing with all of it has been around for 2 millennia, just kind of waiting for us to pick it up?
You know this feeling, right? We've all been there. You're completely powerless. Someone's laying on their horn, another email notification dings, and you can literally feel your blood pressure creeping up. You try to take a deep breath, but the chaos just feels relentless. Honestly, it's the soundtrack to modern life for so many of us.
Okay, now what if you could just flip the script on that whole scenario? Imagine if instead of that stress, you could tap into some real strength. Instead of feeling overwhelmed, you actually found peace. And instead of just reacting to every little thing that gets thrown your way, you felt a deep, genuine sense of control. That's the promise we're going to dig into today.
So, where does this ancient secret to calm come from? Well, it turns out it was the secret weapon of one of the most powerful people who ever lived, a Roman emperor who had to deal with wars, deadly plagues, and constant betrayal. Yet somehow, he still managed to find inner peace. And this quote from him, Marcus Aurelius, just nails it. He wasn't writing this as some untouchable emperor. He was writing this as a person trying to figure things out. The real power isn't in stopping the traffic jam, it's in controlling your reaction to the traffic jam. When you get that, well, that changes the entire game. And this whole philosophy, it has a name: Stoicism. Now, let's get one thing straight, because this is a huge misconception. This is not about becoming some emotionless robot or pretending you don't have feelings. Not at all. It's about becoming a master of your focus and pointing all that precious energy you have only toward the things you can actually change. So, how do we actually put this into practice? Well, the first and most fundamental step is learning the art of letting go. It sounds so ridiculously simple, right? This quote comes from a guy named Epictetus. And get this, he was born a slave and rose to become one of the most respected Stoic philosophers. So if anyone on earth understood the difference between what he could and couldn't control, it was him. This one little sentence, it's the foundation for everything. I love this analogy. Just imagine the sheer physical relief. We walk around all day, every day, carrying this heavy backpack filled with things we have zero control over. Worrying about the weather, stressing about what someone thinks of us. Each of those worries is another brick. The Stoic practice is just learning to shrug your shoulders and let that backpack slide right off. Let's get really specific here. That traffic jam we talked about? Nope, not in your control. That it's going to rain on your weekend plans? Not in your control. The fact that your boss was in a foul mood, or what some stranger on the internet just commented? Absolutely 100% not in your control. And the past? Oh man, that's the heaviest brick of them all. Trying to change any of these is like trying to push over a mountain. It is a complete and total waste of your energy. Okay, so once you've let go of all that stuff you can't control, you can finally focus on the next idea. And this one is a real game changer. It's about completely reframing how you look at challenges. The idea is that the obstacle is the way forward. This is such a radical shift in thinking. See, most of us see a problem and our first thought is, this is blocking my path. The Stoic looks at the very same problem and thinks, aha, this is my path. The challenge isn't some annoying inconvenience. It's the very thing that's here to make you stronger and smarter and better. So, how does this actually work? Let's break it down. Step 1, a setback happens. Let's say you lose a big client at work. The first feeling is probably panic, right? But then, step 2, you reframe it. This isn't a disaster, it's an obstacle. Step 3 is to find the opportunity inside it. Maybe this is a chance to find new, better clients, or to fix the very service that made you lose the last one. And finally, by taking action on that opportunity, you achieve real growth. You see, the setback didn't just happen to you, it happened for you. Look, knowing all this stuff is great, but theory is useless without practice. The real magic of Stoicism isn't in reading about it, it's in doing it, day in and day out. You gotta think of it like a workout for your mind. And this is not some new age idea. Just look at how the OGs did it. Seneca, who was a super wealthy advisor, he would write letters to himself, picking apart his own actions. Marcus Aurelius, the emperor of Rome, would write in his journal every single night, preparing for the next day and reflecting on the one that just passed. They were actively training their minds every single day.
And you know what the best part is? You don't need to go live in a monastery for hours to get started. You don't have to quit your job. You can begin to totally recalibrate your mindset with just 5 minutes a day. Seriously, 5 minutes in the morning to think about what's actually in your control, or 5 minutes at night to reflect on the day's challenges. That's it. That's the start.
So, when you put all these pieces together, what do you actually have? Well, in a world that feels like it's getting more chaotic and unpredictable by the second, these ancient ideas become an anchor. They give you stability when everything else feels like it's being tossed around in a storm. So let's recap your new 2,000-year-old toolkit. Peace doesn't come from a perfect, problem-free life. It comes from focusing only on what's yours to command. Strength isn't about avoiding failure. It's about using that failure as fuel. And wisdom? Well, wisdom isn't something you're just born with. It's something you build one day at a time. So, the wisdom is already yours. It's been tested and proven by emperors, by slaves, by artists and leaders for centuries. It is not a secret anymore. It's right here for you. The only real question left is, are you going to use it? For more timeless insights just like this, make sure you subscribe to UNLTD and start mastering your own unlimited mind today.